Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you like this type of tutorials, don't forget to subscribe, give us a huge thumbs up and press the notification bell. These are the materials we're gonna need. I have this really hairy fluffy yarn for the white one, black and pink, a hook. I'm using a 4mm, scissors, tapestry needle and a stitch marker if you must. To start, we're gonna do the body first, which is the one that takes longer. So you're gonna start by doing a magic ring. I like to make one chain when I start doing the magic ring to secure. And inside the magic ring, you're gonna make 6 single crochets in the US or double crochets on the UK, depends on the terminology that you use. Always remember that the tail has to come with you, so like that you can easily close the center. Just to make you aware, in this type of project, it's gonna be quite easy that the center is still slightly open it up since we're gonna be pulling our yarn a lot, but don't panic, it's not gonna look that bad. Once you have finished, go to the first single crochet that you make or double crochet, depends the terminology that you use, and do a slip stitch to close our magic ring. For this project, we are going to be working the popcorn stitch. If you have watched my series of stitches that I did, especially the video for the advanced, you know how to do this stitch, but if you're absolutely new, don't worry, I'm going to explain it to you as slow as I can and as best as I can. To start, you're going to do 3 chains. That's the way to create the hive to do our popcorn. Then what you're going to do is on the first stitch that you have, you are going to do double crochets on the US or treble crochets on the UK. You're going to take your tail with you, pull really tight so we secure the center. And what you're going to do is you're going to work 6 stitches on the same space. So you're going to do 6 US double crochets or UK treble crochets on the same one. And then there is a little trick. For this stitch, that's why I say the body takes the longest, you have to be really careful when you're doing it. Why? Because we're gonna have to let go of our stitch and do something to closing it down, and that's what is going to create the shape that we need. It's really beautiful. The first couple of rows might be slightly trickier. After that, you will perfectly know how to do every popcorn and it's gonna be a lot easier. So you work 6 stitches on the same space, and then what you're going to do is pull slightly your yarn. This is why I say about the stitch marker. If you're insecure, put your stitch marker in there so you make sure it will not come off. But if you pull it enough, you're gonna be secure in there, okay? You're gonna go to the first one. You're gonna insert it in there like if you were about to work in that first stitch that you've done. Then you're gonna start putting it on the last one. You have 2 of them on your hook. Then you're gonna yarn over and you're gonna do a slip stitch through both of them. Now you have finished 1 popcorn stitch in there. This is how it should look like and how you're gonna do it, all of them. Then, after you've done this, we are going to work a few more in this row. So what I'm gonna suggest you to do is you're gonna first do 3 chains and you're gonna go to the next stitch. And then on the next stitch, you're gonna repeat exactly the same. So those chains are going to give us a gap in between, and then that is going to be the way that later on in next rows we're going to be able to continue working, because it's going to be really hard as well otherwise to work on the stitch that you just create on the popcorn stitch, because let's say it's quite tight once you do either a slip stitch or you do a chain 1 or chain 3. So again, you're gonna do in the next one 6 stitches together. You're gonna pull slightly your yarn, go to the first one, move the first popcorn, and then go to the first one, and then to the last one, yarn over and pull through, and then you just created another popcorn. And this is the repetition you have to do: 3 chains, yarn over, and go to the next one. And as you can see, I'm still taking the tail with me. Why? Because that will secure it, and 2 is gonna help you save time on needing to sew it that and hide it later on, which sometimes is slightly more difficult and as well is not as secure as this step as I'm giving right now. So you're gonna keep going around the entire circle and you're gonna be working. So since we did 6 single crochets or 6 double crochets on the first row in our magic ring, you should finish this row with 6 popcorn stitches in that. And that's our, let's say, first row of popcorns. And then from here on, I'm going to be showing to you how to grow it. So pause your video right now and then come back to me once you finish this row, and I'm going to teach you how to do row number 3. Now from row number 3 until row number 5, we're not going to do slip stitches to connect. What we're going to do is straight away do 3 chains and move to the next space. And now what we're going to do is on the chain space from before, for row number 3, you're going to do 2 popcorns in the same space. So you're doing increases. So it's 2 popcorns. So you make one, you close it, and straight away on the same space, you're going to do another one. And that's our increases. And by the time you finish row number 3, you're going to have 12 popcorns on it. As you can see, popcorns are really easy to count. There's no way you need to actually stop and start counting and then get confused to what are you doing or where you are. Now, also, in between the 2 popcorns, the only thing that I've done is 1 chain, because that's more than enough space to separate it. I know maybe for next row you're gonna feel you don't have space enough, but it's more than enough for what it is to come for row number 4. So the only thing you have to do is, like you're seeing me here, work 2 popcorns in one same space, do the work around every single chain 3 from the previous row that you've done, and once you pause your video, do that, join me here to do what will be row number 4, which will be slightly different, but we have to continue doing increases. Once you have done your increases, straight away we're gonna start on the next row, and that's row number 4, and you are going to do 1 popcorn, and on the next stitch you're gonna do 2 popcorns, and you're gonna repeat these 6 times. So it's in one time a normal popcorn and in another one an increase, and this is gonna make you end the row with 18 popcorns in total. It's quite important that you make sure you have the exact amount that I'm saying, just because if you don't, later on when we start creating the full body and then start closing, you're gonna find yourself that it's quite hard to go back to where you were. And believe me, this is not a quick stitch to work, so I want you to do it slowly, and I want you to make sure you have the exact amount of them. And if you start properly from the first one, which is the hardest one, because sometimes you can get confused in where to you have started or not, so it's really easy. Just go back and count all of them, make sure from row number 2 that you were having all of them. So as I say, do 1 single one and then do an increase on the next one. Keep going along the entire row, and then I'm gonna see you for row number 5, where I'm gonna explain you what to do, and then we're gonna jump straight away to close the body. So that's how easy it is. So pause the video now and finish doing row number 4, and I see you in a moment to learn how to do row number 5, 6 and 7. This is how your project should look so far. I know since we haven't done slip stitches, you're gonna feel that one side of the last row is higher than another, but don't worry, because we are about to fix that and then build the body. So now, yes, you're going to do a slip stitch on the first stitch that you created on that same row, which was row number 4. And believe me, once you start working on row number 5, so for row number 5, 6 and 7, you're going to do 1 popcorn in every stitch that you have. You should have again 18 by the time you finish these 3 rows. So for 3 rows, you're gonna do 18 stitches. I'm gonna pause the video here, and you're gonna come and join me when you have finished. Please take your time. There's no rush, and there is nothing that you can do to go any faster or anything like that, because it's quite a tricky stitch. I know that, and it takes quite a time. That's why I don't wanna keep you here all the time with me, because every person will stitch in a different pace. But please just go, feel confident that you're doing it great, and I'll see you really soon once you finish these 3 rows, so we can move to do row number 8. We'll be starting to do in decreases to make the body smaller. This is how the body should look like by the time you reach row number 7. As you can see, it's getting bigger and bigger. To row number 8, we are going to start by doing 3 chains. Remember, you have a slip stitch in row 5, 6 and 7, okay? Then what you're going to do is is you're gonna make one popcorn stitch on the first one, and on the next one we're gonna do two together. So we're gonna take two popcorns and put them together. It's not that difficult to do, but obviously the space is not gonna be that easily adjustable, just because your project is so used to give you only the space to do one popcorn or one increase, not to decrease. And this happens with every project, so don't discourage yourself if you found it quite challenging. So same like we have done in every single one of them, we're gonna do absolutely the same. The only thing is that this time you're only gonna chain one when you're gonna move from one popcorn to another. Then you're gonna take one in there, and straight away you're gonna go to the one next to it. So as you can see, 1 and 2, yarn over, pass it through 1 and pass it through 2. And once you pass it, then it's there where you're gonna do your popcorn. I know it's gonna look quite strange because you are making the first connection, and then I'm gonna suggest you that the other 5 stitches, you do it on the gap from the last popcorn space that you have in there. Why? Because it's gonna be a lot easier. If you try to do the other 5 stitches on the space that you just create the connection, it's gonna be really tight and hard for you to do it. So just do the first one for connection, and then the other ones on the space next to it that is open, and don't worry, once you close your popcorn, that's not gonna be visible at all. So that is the repetition you're gonna have to do around for 6 times this time, and then you're gonna finish this row number 8 with 12 stitches. We are doing decreases, so you have to repeat this across your entire row. Don't discourage yourself. As I always say, I know it's quite long and challenging, but this project is just so cute, and it's a lot easier than you think. It's just like if you've never done popcorns before, you're gonna find yourself in so much trouble, but it is not. It's just a constant practice, and I think by now that you've done 8 rows of popcorns, you should be a lot more confident on doing the popcorn stitch. And you can see how cute it's looking, and you will see now once we start doing the rest of the body, it's gonna be even cuter. So keep going around by making 1 popcorn in 1 stitch and then 2 popcorns together on the next one, and then I'm gonna see you in a moment. Pause the video here to do row number 9. Row number 9, it could be your last one, but I'm gonna show you a different way to finish. But what you're going to do is chain 3 and do 2 popcorns together in every single stitch. So what is gonna happen is that you're gonna go from 12 to 6, and that's a way to finish, or I'm gonna show you a few alternatives, and then you're gonna choose whatever it is that looks better for you. That's what I want you to do. So work 2 popcorns together for the entire row. Prepare your filling, because you're gonna see now the hole is gonna get a lot smaller, and we're gonna about to make it even smaller than that, and then it's gonna be the time to fill it up. Otherwise later on it's gonna be a lot harder. So go on, pause your video here, go around the entire row until you have only 6 popcorns left, and then I'm gonna show you your alternative to do another way of closing or to finish in here as well. Once you have finished row number 9, comes the time to fill your body up. Do it quite tight, put a lot on it, because you need to think that this project, it should be the sheep or the lamb standing on its own. And if you don't do a strong and firm body, what is it gonna happen is that it's gonna fall to the side, it's not gonna stand up. And another thing I want to remember to say, because I think I accidentally didn't put that on camera, is that the body, the face, and the hooves or the claws or paws, however you call them, they have to be all filled up. Okay, obviously I'm showing you the body right now, but I think I haven't shown on camera the other 2, so I want to make you aware of that, so when we move to the next steps, you know what you have to fill up or not. So fill up your body really thick, really strong, make it be really fluffy, you know, really cozy, that you're like, oh, how cute it is, I want to squeeze it all day. Because right now we're about to do row 10, which could be our last one, and needs to be close and tight enough. If it's not, what is going to happen is if you need to add more fluff, it's going to be extremely hard to do it. So make sure you do that before time. So for row number 10, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do 2 single crochets US or double crochets UK together. We're not doing popcorns anymore. We are doing like if we did the magic ring at the very beginning when we've done the 6 single crochets or double crochets, depends the terminology that you work, okay? So right now you're going to be reducing again, decreasing again, and you're going to be doing single crochets or double crochets, depends the terminology that you use, around. This, it could be your last one, or if it's easier for you, you could always come and do another extra row where again you're gonna do a full row of decreases until you are literally left with no stitches or just a couple of them, and then you can just slip stitch and close them. That's entirely up to you. I will say make this one quite tight, like when you're doing the stitches together, try to pull them together. I know it's gonna open slightly a hole in between all of the decreases, but there's nothing for you to worry, because the face, it's gonna go on top of this, and the face is going to hide all the space of the decreases. So when you are actually putting the face, those gaps that you can see right now, they are not going to be visible at all. Also, when I was creating this pattern and trying it before I show it to you, I was also panicking that you will be able to have those gaps and it wouldn't look nice, but no, that's not the case. All right, so go ahead, continue doing this. As I said, do it 1 or 2 times, whatever is easier for you. If you're not really confident at sewing and that you're going to close this strong enough and properly. And I see you in a moment to move ahead with the next part of our lamb or ship, however you want to call it. Now, since we are with white, let's continue to do the hair. So to do the hair, you're going to do 10 chains. There's not going to be magic raining here. We're going to start with chains. So you're going to do 10 chains. And after you've done the 10 chains, we're going to skip until our 4th chain from the hook. Really important, jump until the 4th chain from the hook. And then you're going to make 1 pop in there. And this is the repetition you're going to do for the entire row. So you're going to do 1 popcorn in there. Then you're going to skip 1 chain. And you're going to make another popcorn. And then you're going to skip another one. And you're going to make another popcorn. And that's how easy it is to make the hair. You should finish this row with 1 last popcorn exactly on the space of the slip knot. So keep doing popcorns and keep skipping 1, and I see you in a moment to move to the next part of this video. Now we're gonna do the face. Black yarns are the worst for videos, so please just forgive me if you can't really see, but I hope I can explain it to you properly and the best that I can. It's really easy to make the face, okay? You're gonna start with a magic ring, and inside the magic ring, what you're going to do is you're gonna make 6 single crochets. So again, we are starting the same way that we did with the body. These steps are so easy, and you have practiced it with me in many other projects. So please don't be threatened by the point of being using a black yarn. It's not a big deal, okay? I know in the video it's extremely hard, and believe me, I tried my best. So you're gonna do 6 single crochets inside your magic ring as we are normally practicing. And then what we're gonna do from there is gonna be start increasing, because we have to make the head bigger and bigger. By now, you should feel really encouraged, because obviously your body is done, the hair is done, and you are getting closer and closer to the end. And after you've done the face, we only have left to do the ears and to do the paws or the hooves, however you call them. And that's going to be so easy steps that you're only going to have to repeat a few times to have the enough that you need. So don't be discouraged for that. Once you finish doing your 6 single crochets, straight away you're going to go to row number 2. And row number 2 is going to be a row of increases. Row of increases mean you're going to go inside every single stitch that you've done in the previous row, and you're going to make 2 of them on the same space. That's how simple it is, the increases. So by row number 2, you're going to end this row with double, with 12 stitches at the end of this row. And from there, it's just so easy to move to what it will be row number 3, which pause if you're going faster than me, because it's not going to be exactly the type of increases you are used to. So just hold on 1 second. If you're going a little bit faster than me, pause the video and then you can come back now in a moment so I can show you how to do row number 3, which still increases but slightly different than usual. For row number 3, and this is what you're gonna repeat until 6, just gonna add one more. You're gonna do 3 single crochets on the US or double crochets on the UK and 1 increase, and you're gonna repeat this 3 times and have 15. And from now on, as I say, until row number 7, if you wanna go a little bit faster than me, what you're gonna do is row number 4 will be 4 single crochets and 1 increase. Row number 5 will be 5 single crochets and 1 increase. And row number 6 will be 6 increases and 6 single crochets and 1 increase. So as you can see, it's just growing 1 more stitch before you do the increase. That's how easy it is. I am aware by now that you can't really appreciate and see what I'm doing because it's really hard to see anything on the black. So what I'm gonna suggest you is please pause the video here, and remember you just have to do 1 extra stitch for each row. And I have not slip stitched once to close the connection between rows, just because I don't want to create a really weird line in between. I'm just straight away starting the next row of stitches directly without slip stitching and chaining 1, just because that's how I like to do it. But if you prefer to slip stitch and chain, do so. And a little reminder, row number 3 is 3 stitches in the first 3 stitches spaces and then 1 increase. Then row number 4 is 4 of them and 1 increase. 5th row is 5 of them and 1 increase, and the 6th row is 6 stitches and 1 increase. Pause the video here and I show you in a moment when we are ready to do row number 7 and the last one. I'm back, and so should you, to do row number 7. And row number 7 you should be having right now 24 stitches, and it's gonna be as simple as do 24 stitches normal. So you're gonna do UK double crochets or US single crochets around, which is 24 of them, and you will be finished with your face. So once more, pause your video here, finish your row number 7, and I see you really soon to start doing our cutie ears. You're gonna grab your pink yarn now, and you're gonna do 1 magic ring. And inside that magic ring, you're gonna make 6 single crochets and fasten off. That's how simple the inside of the ears is going to be. The outside is as well. Prepare your black yarn, but just to let you know, it's so easy to do the ears, and you have to make 2 of them. Make it quite tight because you want one thing to fit inside the other, and you don't want it to be really open and loose, because otherwise at the time of sewing it and put it together with the body and everything, if they are extremely big because you let them quite loose, it's not gonna look how you want it. I can guarantee you that. So make the ears, both of these rows, quite tight. So once you've done your 6 single crochets in the US or double crochets on the UK, you're done. Fasten off. Grab your black yarn to do the outsides. You have to do this twice, remember? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna start a magic ring, and you're gonna chain 2. You know that I always say I like to make 1 chain when I start a magic ring to secure. Well, we're gonna be working in US double crochets or UK treble crochets, so we need to make sure we have the height. So you're gonna chain 2, and then you're gonna make 9 of them. So you're gonna make 9 double crochets or 9 treble crochets, depends the terminology that you like to use, around, and this is gonna be the outer side of the ears. So the pink side, it's gonna go inside the black. That's exactly what does it mean. And then again, you're gonna fasten off straight away, and this is going to be something you need to repeat once more for the other ear. So that's how easy it is. Pause here, do it twice, and once you have both of your ears with a pink and a black side, join me to go and do our paws or hooves, however you wanna like to call them, and that will be the last part for our project. Last but not least, we have to do the toesies, the feet, the hooves, the claws, however you wanna call them, for our little lamb or sheep. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna make 4 of them, okay? And you're gonna make a magic ring, and inside that magic ring, yes, we're gonna do like always and do 6 single crochets on the US or double crochets on the UK. And that's how you're going to start. This side only have 4 rows, so it's gonna be super easy and quick to do, but you only have to be really careful for row number 2, which I'm about to explain you right now. So you're gonna do your stitches on the first magic ring, and then you're gonna slip stitch and start with row number 2. I know it's black, I know you can't see it really well, but row number 2, you're only gonna work on the back loop of the stitches you just created before. So rather than take the full stitch, the V, you're only gonna take the back loop, not the one facing you, that's the front loop, but the back. And on the back loop, you're gonna work the 6 stitches again, doing either US single crochets or UK double crochets across on the back loop. It's really important that you do it on the back loop, okay? Now, once you've done that, the only thing you have to do is for 2 more rows, you're gonna work the 6 stitches around. So that will be row number 3 and row number 4. So I suggest you pause the video here, do this 4 rows, then repeat it 3 more times, and that will be the end. And you just have to assemble everything, which I'm gonna show you right now how to assemble it. And that will be it. Congratulations, now you know how to do this gorgeous project, which I know it takes a long time. At least to me, it took me around a couple of hours. Obviously, when I'm filming, I take a lot longer than do projects, but give yourself at least a couple of hours for this project to be finished. Don't try to rush it, and pay attention to every row too. Don't miss any stitches or any parts of the steps that I just guide you to do it. And that's it. From now on, you can even do this in multiple colors. You don't have to keep the traditional like I did with black and white. You can experiment with different colors and do it even a rainbow one if you want to for your little ones, and create something really unique and special. So continue doing row number 3 and 4, which, as I say, is just a simple stitch across, and I see you really soon to show you the end. To assemble everything together, I passed the pink yarns through the center of the magic ring of the black and did a knot, and then I put it back and then I sew it around. Here I'm showing you that you need to fill up your face and as well your feet, and put some googly eyes, of course, or safety eyes, depends what you have. And then look how gorgeous this project is. It's just the cutest thing I ever done. I know I always say that with all of my projects, but I'm really proud of myself. I hope you like it. Don't forget to subscribe and to follow, and why not go and enjoy these other videos.